Ladies and gentlemen, my German is very bad, but my English is okay. As Rudy and Albert said, my name is Alan Morris. I'm the Managing Director. I'm one of the owners and the CEO of John Stone. I am a master butcher. I'm 30 years in the business this year. I left school at 15 and I'm still in the meat business, so I did okay. What I want to talk to you a little bit is a bit about Ireland. I'm sure lots of you know little things about Ireland, but maybe not some of the big things we do in Ireland. As the team said, I travel the world. I travel 170 days per year around the world. I have customers in Japan and I have customers in Canada and everything in between. This is my last trip for 4 weeks. I've been around the world for the last 8 weeks, visiting and meeting our customers around the world. Why, you might add? Why are you so crazy to do that? Well, meat is huge interest to everybody globally. And if I look at tonight, and I watched everybody take pictures, ask questions, everybody loves meat. Okay? But more importantly, everybody wants to know more about meat, and what they're eating, and how they're eating, and why they should eat this piece of meat. I'm from Ireland. We have 4.5 million people in Ireland. We have 7 million beef animals. We have 6 million sheep. We have 2.5 million pigs. We have 10 million chickens. I'm not quite sure who counted the chickens, but we have been told we have 10.1 million. Why is that important? We're net exporters of food in Ireland. Okay, net exporters of food in Ireland. We're the biggest beef exporter in the Northern Hemisphere, and we're the 5th biggest beef producer in the world. So for a very small country with 4.5 million people, we punch well above our weight in food production around the world. We're one of the biggest alcohol producers in the world, which a lot of people know about, and I was happy to walk around Munich today, and I see you have an Irish embassy right in the square, an Irish pub. We call them Irish embassies because you'll always find somebody from Ireland in them. In Ireland, it can rain every day, and I promise you, when I left my home this morning at 3 AM, it was raining. Okay? My wife sent me a picture later today. The sun was splitting the trees, but at 3 AM this morning it was raining. Now, in Ireland, as a country and a size, 80% of Ireland is covered in grass. 80% of the island of Ireland is covered in grass. So that means our population density is quite small. Okay, so most of the people live in the capital, which is Dublin. But 10 minutes outside Dublin city centre, you are in the countryside. And it is as green as you can imagine, and it is as green as you think. Green grass and rain is ideal for cows. And we love beef in Ireland. Ireland has approximately 90,000 beef farmers. Small farms, approximately 20 to 25 animals per farm. So any farmer in Ireland can tell you about each individual animal they have, whether they're grumpy, whether they're terrible, whether they don't eat all the food, and whether they're nasty. And then they can tell you about their mother, their father, and their mother, and their father. So in terms of genuine traceability and provenance, our farmers in Ireland are some of the world's best. We don't feed hormones in Europe, as you probably know, but in Ireland particularly it's illegal. We don't feed hormones, and we don't pre-antibiotic treat animals. Our animals spend 300 days per year outside. And I can assure you, we bring them in for 2 months of the year. The reason why we bring them in is because it rains so much. Not because they don't like the rain, they love the rain. It's because they're so heavy, and when they walk on the grass, they turn the field into mud. So therefore, the grass can't grow again. So we take them inside, and we feed them grass that we cut in the summer months called silage. Okay? And then we let them straight back out again in the spring, and they're enjoying themselves outside. They live in small family groups. One is the head chef, and everybody who follows all the way down. One is a leader, and everybody follows. Happy cows means great beef. Okay? It's important for us in Ireland that the animals are happy. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, and he's a crazy Irishman, but it's true. If we eat meat, we owe the duty of care to the animals to ensure they have a great life, and they maximise their enjoyment as much as they possibly can. As a consequence of that, I can tell you how green we are, but in this world culture that we live in today, people say, okay, Alan, you're green, but prove you're green. It's not enough to say you're green anymore. It's not enough to say you're environmentally friendly. You must be able to prove it. And Ireland as a country has the world's only and first sustainability programme called Origin Green. Okay, it's the world's first sustainability program. We have carbon footprinted 95,000 farms in Ireland. We can tell you the input and the output on each farm. So when we talk about methane production from cows, we've measured it in Ireland and we know what it is, and we know how to improve it, and we know how to make it better. When you're into industrial farming or large-scale production, you don't have a handle on that. So in Ireland, we're very capable of doing it. So the beef that you're going to eat today is hormone-free, almost organic, lived outside for 30 months of the year, and is fully sustainable. And not a lot of people can prove that. I can prove it. In terms of traceability and biosecurity, I need 10 grams of that piece of meat there. I can tell you who the mother was, I can tell you who the father was, and I can tell you who its grandparents were. So in terms of food provenance, I can tell you. So when we talk about beef, and we talk about the concept of the grill room, beef is like wine. It's not enough to say you like red wine or white wine, because there's various different countries, there's various different grapes, and depending on how much money you have, there's certain years that you like to drink. And I'm no different than that. So more and more people want to know about beef, where it comes from, what breed is it, what sex is it, how long it's been matured for, and what type of flavour is going to come from that beef. And the grill room, in terms of the concept that they have, that's exactly what they're bringing to you, and they're bringing to this marketplace. You might also add then, yeah, you know, what about the vegans? What about the flexitarians? What about the vegetarians? Yes, they're all there, and for a person who's been in the meat business all his life, I really don't know anything more than the meat business, so I have to make sure that I am on top of things. But I can tell you, as a global movement, people now are choosing, when they eat meat, they want to eat a little bit of something good. I can tell you, as an Irishman, born, raised in Ireland, we only had meat on Sundays. Okay, we didn't have meat any other day, we had meat on Sundays. We had fish on Friday because we were a Catholic country, and we had vegetables, and we had pasta, and we had rice, and whatever the case would be during the week. So we only ate meat once a week. And that now, today, more and more people are informed of what they're eating, so they want to eat a very good piece of protein, but also want to understand the meat that they're eating is sustainable and is not harming the environment, which we can prove and show to you and demonstrate to you. So tonight we have a line of beef here. This line of beef is, as I said, it's a female. It's a virgin female. It's under. I know it's very funny. Sorry. We don't cows. When we talk about cows in Ireland, black and white cows are milking cows. They're not beef cows. Not all cows are the same. So this one here is a beef animal. It's an Angus Hereford cross. So 50-50 Angus, 50-50 Hereford. It's under 2.5 years of age. It's approximately, the carcass weight was 320 to 350 kilos. It's quite small, which means we can cut a nice thick steak. We've also dry aged the product. So dry aging for me is not sexy, it's not cool, it's not trendy. I've been doing it for 30 years. It's what we used to do, okay? It's not enough to just stick a fridge in a restaurant, stick a piece of beef in, and then when it goes black, it's dry aged. No. That's oxidizing beef, that's not dry aging beef. So we need to use fresh beef, and when we dry age it, what we're trying to do is accentuate the beef flavour. Increase the beef flavour, not change the beef flavour into something else. We don't want to make it like venison, we don't want to make it nutty, we don't make it cheesy, we don't want mould. Mould is for cheese, it's not for beef. Okay, so this piece of beef here we're going to cook for you tonight. Now I'm going to quickly break it down, butcher it down into the various different cuts. Please, at any time, feel free to come take pictures, take videos. I am over 21, so you can post them. And that's always a problem. It's the first time in a long time I came to Germany today and people were asking me about GDPR. No one asks me about GDPR anywhere else in the world, they just take my picture. But I can give you authorization today. I'm very happy for you to take
6 Ribeye rausgeschnitten, das sogenannte Bone-In.
So I'm going to hold it up here so you can see the colour. So you can see the colour has changed completely from black. So now this rich, beautiful ruby red colour. Okay, so this is the ribeye. Just take that out. So we're going to remove the rib cap.
Ganz wichtig, bei John Stone werden 495% von der Rinderkarkasse verarbeitet. Auch jetzt hier solche Cuts wie der Ribeye-Deckel. Es gibt unglaublich in jedem Land, werden irgendwelche Teilstücke verbraucht, gegessen. Wir in Deutschland sind bekannt für Rinderfilet. Ganz banal, in Holland wird kein Rinderfilet verkauft. Das ist echt unglaublich. Und hier zum Beispiel, das ist jetzt perfekt fürs Burgerfleisch. Das ist ein Ribeye Cap. Grandioses Produkt, das wird richtig getrimmt. Der Alan schneidet jetzt ein Stück Fleisch zwischen den Knochen. Das ist ein richtiges Stück Fett. Und da erzählt er jetzt gleich eine Story.
Ich denke, das ist gut.
Was habt ihr jetzt hier auf dem Grill?
Das, was Sie gerade gesehen haben, wurde...
Das ist der Rücken, den wir gerade verlegt haben.
Oh.
Nicht so reden.
Sieht schon gut aus.